we're going to move on to the lathe function. You simply drop the head, lock it off, remove the table, taking our Allen key, remove the chuck, and we add 3 pieces: the tailstock, the centre, and the tool rest. We can fit in 34-inch timber with the extending quill facing the centre, and lock it off. So now, just imagine that's my chisel, I can hook around the tool rest and slide from one end of the work to the other, which allows me to evenly make a taper. If we were doing much shorter work, then I can move the headstock along, and with the extending quill do virtually point to point turning. If I remove the drive centre and use a faceplate, then I can turn up to 16.5-inch diameter holes, and I can get to them from both sides. That finishes the 5 basic functions of the Shopsmith that come with a standard machine. The machine can carry out over 20 functions, and one last piece I'd like to show you on this particular demo is the bandsaw. To show you how the bandsaw fits, remove this end table and I'll replace it here. I'll take the bandsaw and drop it onto the machine. The roller underneath locks it, and I slide the headstock along until it lines up with the drive, lock the head, and the table support that I removed from this end of the machine and placed over here, you can now see the benefit of with the carriage table, the second table, and the saw itself. We've got a 6-foot outfeed table, so if I'm cutting or ripping extremely long lengths of timber, I can run all the way through without support. Great benefit of this machine. Included with your Shopsmith is a setup and alignment video, a Power Tool Woodworking for Everyone book. We saw a little earlier one of the pages from here. This is an excellent book to show you how to make jigs, how to set up and align and maintain the machine in conjunction with the video. And the last is the instruction manual. This covers everything on the machine, from how to unpack it, to assemble, to again maintain and align, and it gives all the part numbers of every single piece of the machine. Very useful reference and education books and information that comes with the machine. The machine also includes a one-day course, and the one-day course is called the Shopsmith Techniques, and it's designed again to show you how to set the machine up, align, maintain it, and service intervals It's set here at Millersdale in Derbyshire. It's a one-day course. Without that you will be very disadvantaged. It's a very worthwhile course to attend. And in addition there are other courses on wood turning, cabinet making, furniture making and fundamentals of woodwork. I've done a few of the courses and I've learnt a lot. I just wished I'd done them years ago. We're now on the operational side of the machine, where we have the various speed controls and locking mechanisms. So let's start off with the switch, the on-off switch. This is an EU certified product. It's a mains fail safe. Next is the speed controller. That you can see from the dial has stamped on it at various places the different accessory speeds. I've just started to give you an idea what it sounds like and how to adjust. That's the slow speed, and then we dial it up to 5,200 RPM. And back down to 0 and off. Next we can look at is this control here, the carriage lock. The way tubes that the headstock sits on are parallel, and this runs up and down, the headstock runs up and down and is locked simply by turning that wing nut. Now it's firm. The second is to lock the quill. You can take the quill to a certain distance and lock it off. And we can slide the headstock, once I've unlocked it, all the way under the table, lower the table, and there's the saw blade. I haven't put the guard on, but I won't worry about that at the moment. We adjust the height with this racking pinion and lock off. Equally well, with the headstock unlocked and the carriage unlocked, we can slide the whole table as one. Each of the major attachments for the machine has an outlet for dust extraction, and on the bandsaw, you can see it's under here, simply plug in the pipe, and with the circular saw underneath the machine again there's a socket to put the dust extraction. Just to show you some of the safety equipment that comes with the machine, the feather board, designed to fit into the parallel slots on the table and to hold timber up against a rip fence. It's slightly sprung by lockdown, and timber is held firmly against the fence, and as it passes through, each one of the tongues flicks so it can't run back. Another piece it comes with is the push block. It's rubber faced, and it allows you to place it on top of your work and push the work through, so again your fingers and hands are well away from the cutting blades. Next is the push stick. Designed, as it's pretty obvious, there's an angle at the base here that sits over the work, and you can push it through again, keeping your fingers well away from the work. And finally, there's this piece of kit. Sits over the fence and allows you to push very thin timbers through. Again, if you wanted to split a 2" by 1" timber, this down the centre, then the straddle fence you would use this to push the work through it, again keeping your fingers well away from the spinning blades. So in essence, there we have the Mark V combination woodworking machine.